Junior makes so much noise when I make these videos. But here she is. Just because I know everyone likes to say hello. Around this time last year, I quit my job as a video editor to focus on this channel where I post cozy tiny house, cat and bacon videos apparently. Since then, I've grown this channel from 1,000 subscribers to just under 200,000 subscribers and made more than £100,000 in a single year for the first time in my life. So in this video, I'm going to be giving you the breakdown of how I did that, and I'm also going to share some of the useful things I've learned from that journey. Before I continue, this video is not meant to be boastful and it's not meant to make anyone feel bad. I know that around the world right now things are not very good with the cost of living, the price of food, fuel, cocaine is through the roof. I just personally really enjoy watching videos like this from other YouTubers and have learned a lot from other YouTubers making videos like this in the past, so I kind of wanted to do my own version of that and share what my experience and my lessons learned have been. It's my hope that this video will be interesting to everyone, but also hopefully quite helpful to people who are interested in making a little bit of extra money from YouTube. So first up, how much I made and how I made it. In Scotland, our financial year ran from April 2022 to April 2023, and over the course of that year I made money in 6 different ways. Starting with my lowest income stream, I made £1,000 with Amazon affiliates. In the description box of every video I upload, I put referral links to the equipment I use to make my videos in case anyone wants to buy the same camera or microphones as me. If anyone buys anything through those links, Jeff Bezos personally throws me a couple of dollars. The next way I made some money was through doing video editing work as I sort of wound down that job before eventually quitting it in May. I didn't work for a specific company, I was always just self-employed, so that was just me finishing off some projects that I had to do for clients, and from that I made about £3,250. The next way I made some money was by doing sponsored videos on this channel. I only did a handful of these, but from that I made £6,000. Sponsored videos are a great way to make sort of reliable income on YouTube because you can set a fixed rate. However, they're kind of stressful to negotiate. So for me, I have an influencer agency that handle all of my brand deals for a small fee. Getting an influencer agency to handle your brand deals for you and all of the negotiations that come with that is something I would really recommend to anyone who is getting brand deals into their email inbox but just doesn't know where to start with all of that and just hates the back and forward email negotiations. The next way I made quite a decent amount of money last year was by releasing a digital product. Over the years, I've grown multiple YouTube channels past the 100,000 subscriber mark, and because of that, a lot of people were reaching out to me asking if they could pay me to coach them one-on-one and help them grow their own YouTube channel. I didn't really have the time to do that on a one-to-one basis, so I decided to record and release a course called YouTube Blueprint, which basically reveals everything I know about growing a YouTube channel. I don't really mention the course that much because I don't want to piss people off by trying to sell it the whole time, so I kind of just quietly link it in the description box of every video I upload. Since I released the course, 260 people have bought it for $89 each, which has netted me £18,602 and 20p. And of the 260 people that bought it, only one person asked for a refund. Oh, that was me doing the Minecraft noise to the refund. So I've had a really positive response to the course, and thankfully people seem to be finding the course really helpful. If you have any kind of online audience, I would really recommend looking into what digital products you could release because it's an amazing way to make some passive income. Also, if you'll let me have a quick shameless plug here, I'll link my YouTube course down below if you are interested in checking it out. Finally, we have the way that I made most of my money last year, and that is through YouTube ad revenue. This is the money that YouTube pays me for people watching my videos, or more specifically, watching ads before my videos. Over the course of that financial year, YouTube paid me a total of £75,340 and 3 pence, which in dollars converts to $93,832 and 24 cents. In total, these 6 income streams brought in £104,100 £192.23, which in dollars is just shy of 130,000. I am aware that most of my income comes from my YouTube ad revenue, and that's not very sensible. Instead of having all of my eggs in that one YouTube ad revenue basket, in the future, my plan is to diversify and have a more even split so that I'm not as reliant on any one income stream. On top of that, I'm also setting up some non-YouTube income streams so that my income isn't just reliant on YouTube. From that £104,000 number, I had about £13,000 in expenses which I could remove from my tax bill. This included things like my camera and microphones, but it also included some of my household bills. A lot of people don't know this, but in the UK, if you work from home and you're self-employed, you can actually write off a percentage of your household bills because you're using your home as a workspace. For example, I was able to write off a slice of my heating bills and internet bills based on how long I was working from home each day. After writing off those expenses, my taxable income was dropped down to about £91,000. On top of that, in Scotland, the first £12,570 that you make every year is not taxed. So after taking that away, I was left with a taxable income of about 79,000. Whenever I mention making money from YouTube videos, one of the questions that people always ask is, do you pay tax on that? And the answer is yes. In fact, I actually have quite a scary tax situation coming up next year. In January 2024, I have to pay £45,000 in tax and payments on account. And then 6 months later, I need to pay another £15,000 on top of that for payments on account again. Payments on account is a system where you basically have to pay next year's tax up front. I don't really understand why we have payments on account, so if there are any mathematicians or accountants out there who can explain it to me and everyone else in the comments, then please do. A few days ago, I asked my followers on Instagram if anyone had any questions about my decision to quit my job and do YouTube full time. So I'll run through the most asked and most interesting questions you all had. And if you don't already follow me on Instagram, you really should, because I do post quite important stuff there. For example, I went on a cycle a few weeks ago and I found these 3 toads sitting together. So you're missing out if you're not following me. A lot of people were curious about whether or not I regret my decision to quit a safe paying job and focus on YouTube. I don't regret it. I like having YouTube as my job. It's not a real job. And a lot of people want to know, do I have a backup plan if YouTube fails? If YouTube fails, I'll just go back to video editing. It's not a big deal. People want to know what my work-life balance is like and also how many hours a day I work. So I'd say I probably work about 5 hours a day. And I also sometimes work at the weekends, just like a little bit. But I enjoy it, so it doesn't really feel like I'm doing anything miserable. Also, if my friends ever want to do something, or if I just want to do something or take a couple of days off, I typically can, which is nice. I don't ever feel like I can't take time off. I am quite bad for procrastinating and just kind of putting things off, so that's something that I'm really working hard to get better at so that I can be more consistent and efficient with my uploads. I was quite surprised that quite a few folk asked what my plans and goals are right now. My plans and goals right now are make 100 videos that I'm proud of, pay off my mortgage, get another cat that looks either like this or like this, and then I'll become a hairdresser and buy myself a grey Audi TT RS. Quite a few people want to know what the pressure is like of having YouTube as a job versus a normal job. I do feel quite a lot of pressure to do everything right and not say or do the wrong thing on here, because if I do that, then I'm really the only one in the firing line. A good few people asked why I don't share my other channels, and also asked how much do I make from those channels. I don't share my other channels just because I like keeping them separate from what I'm doing here, because then there's not kind of more pressure on me. Saying that, if you are interested in this, I could do a video revealing and speaking about my first big YouTube channel, which I grew to about 110,000 subscribers back in 2011, but then it failed. So I could tell that story because I think it's both interesting and hopefully useful to people who are on the up and up with their own YouTube channels. So let me know if you'd like me to make a video telling you that story. Coming back to the second part of that initial question about how much money I make from these other channels. I don't currently take any profit from those channels. I just reinvest it in growing those channels further. Quite a lot of people want to know how I knew it was time to quit my job and focus on YouTube, and I guess this is something that can apply to pretty much anyone. You might be in a safe paying job, but you've got this thing over at the side that you want to give like a really good shot, but it's maybe just inconsistent or not that safe. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are in that situation. So the way I did it was I saved up enough money to cover my bills for 6 months, so that if YouTube didn't make me any money, I could just sort of drain my savings into paying my bills, all the while just concentrating on trying to make the YouTube thing work. If things didn't work out and it was kind of at month 5, I could just go back to video editing if YouTube didn't seem feasible long term. A few people asked, how much does your video equipment matter when it comes to getting success on YouTube? Not as much as people think. The first 6 videos I made on this channel, which are a little bit different from what I make now, got decent views and were all shot on just an iPhone 11. So you really don't need to spend thousands on equipment to start growing a successful YouTube channel. And a lot of people wanted to know if I had any advice for anyone wanting to start YouTube. My advice is just start. 99.9% of people will not start a channel. So by starting, you're beating out a lot of the competition just by taking that step. If your first video sucks, it really doesn't matter. Make your second one better and your third one better, and just keep on that cycle of always trying to improve one thing with each video. And by the time you get to 100 videos of constantly improving, you'll be the Steven Spielberg of clickbait. If you have any more questions, leave a comment down below and I'll do my best to respond. And if you enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate you taking a second to leave a like and subscribe for more. And of course, thank you all so much for watching this channel. I really do appreciate the support that you've shown me over the past year, and I'm really happy to be doing this and sharing the things that I do with all of you. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.